Hey everyone, Amarathi back here with another video, and we've got a bit of a mix-up today. We are going to be covering the Depths of a Terror preview forum post that they've just put out. So Depths of a Terror is 085, the next patch for last epoch, and it is coming out in 9 days. And in these 9 days, each day we're going to get a new update. And to start off with, we're going to get basically the outline, which is this post here. I'm going to be breaking it down, giving my thoughts on what's going to go on, and maybe some of my predictions of how the game is headed, and also just kind of like really, flesh out some ideas on what I think could happen effectively. Now I'm going to go through all of this in a minute. I'm just going to quickly talk about my goals for the patch and the channel for 085. So I'm very keen to play again. I have taken a little bit of a break to play some single player games. I've been playing Cyberpunk, I've been playing Elden Ring, I've been playing a whole bunch of single player games that I just like playing. But I am keen to get it back into Last Epoch and also making content for Last Epoch, because I did take a break from that as well. For those of you who like my videos for my build guides, I'm going to keep doing that. However, there's going to be a bit of a change. I am probably going to do a bit more of an ad hoc build guide. I've just been running out of time to piece together all the editing and the production to try and produce those, bite-sized build guides that I do. I enjoy those elements. I enjoy the editing. I enjoy the production, but I just could not find the time to both play the game, do my regular day job, and also put in the effort required for this, and then maintain my social relationships like I should. So I think from now on we'll do like a little bit more ad hoc. There's kind of a bit of a saying that if I had more time I'd write you a shorter letter, which kind of encapsulates what I'm trying to go for here. But in the future, look, I want to put out a lot of video guides on stuff that I've been working on, such as my Swarmblade, which I still need to do. So this is just how I'm going to be doing it in the future. Now, let's get into this update. This is going to be just a quick run through of pulling apart some of the major things that have stood out to me. Towards the end, on the second last day, we'll have the patch notes. I'm going to put another video out then, including my run through of the patch notes and the summary of the 2 dungeons and the arenas champions. So you can see that I've also put the forecast up here as well of the things that we knew were coming from 085 back in the dev blog post of January. So we knew that we were going to get 2 new dungeons, 2 new systems which were going to be associated with those dungeons, the arena update, and then 3D models for many of the uniques. So everything we've seen so far is exactly what we anticipate. There's nothing out of the ordinary. It's just what it is. So let's break it down. So Depths of a Terror. We've got the Depths of Terror hold many slumbering secrets and waking dreams on March 18th. So March 18th is the usual patch cycle date. For reference, they drop a patch roughly every 100 days, and that was actually, I think, like March 19th from their last patch, depending on time zone. It's around that mark. I had anticipated it would be March 21st, because they usually drop it on a Friday night / Saturday morning. So that they can give up their weekend if they want to. Or more people are playing on the weekend. But yeah, it looks like they're dropping it on March the 18th, which is in those 9 days from now. Alright, so we got the Bellowing Fires, we've got Necrotic Energies, and from what we've seen below, that is a bit of a theme of the 2 dungeons that we are going to see. Now, we saw the Temporal Sanctum and Jura come through on 084, and they're talking about how that's become a core experience of the Last Epoch story and the campaign, and introducing dungeons as a way of creating new avenues to experience the same story. diverging along different paths, but ultimately converging on the same point. And they want to keep adding dungeons so long as it makes sense too. So it's not just a side gimmick. Each dungeon has its own purpose in terms of its end mechanic, but also in terms of just trying to create a different experience. So if you've got an alt, maybe you don't want to run through the same place and you want to do the dungeon skips. Now you can do multiple dungeon skips. So it gives it like a little bit of a mix up. And I think that's pretty cool. I like that. So we've got some awesome things coming through. We'll start off with the new unique. So this should be tomorrow. Maybe you're seeing this as it comes out, and this will be revealed. But 3 unique items that we've seen here. We may get more. We may just get these 3. Who knows? Usually we get like a few dozen uniques over the course of a major patch drop. This looks like maybe like a unique. I'll get rid of the hide that. And I'll make myself smaller again. Oh, there we go. This could be like a unique catalyst or relic, I would say. Helmet is a bit of a stretch, but probably one of the 2. We don't know what the catalyst reworks are going to look like, but definitely something magical themed. It looks like something microcosmic or macrocosmic. It looks like a galaxy in a water bubble. It also looks like the inside of a cell, so who knows? It's really hard to pick what's going on there. Nice little swirl. It is a very cool animation, though. It could even be like a relic. Maybe it's like a 3x2 relic, based on its size and geometry. Who knows? So we got an axe. It looks like a basic one-handed axe. The fur, we've got little teeth in here. I think it's definitely tribalistic, animalistic in some aspects. So probably a primalist related axe and those uniques associated with it. Who knows what it is? And then lastly, a bow, and it is definitely associated with the void. Now we have the void Quiller. It has not made its way into any viable build. It is just so completely out there for the marksman playstyle. It's just completely left wing of everything. Maybe this bow is meant to pair with that quiver, and like mesh together and probably create a viable build. It was kind of looking like a multi-shot build. They did reference a multi-shot in the quiver. Who knows? It's just speculation at this point. Once we see what they are, I can give my thoughts. Probably on the patch day preview, we'll see what they are. All right, so here's the next dungeon coming up. So the Sulfide Bastion. Just to break it down, it looks like this is the excavation. Did I get that one right? Yes, the dangerous excavation. Some of you, thoughts may be jumping out in terms of excavation in an ARPG and what that may entail. Who knows? The boss is Firelich Cremorsus? Cremorsus? Is that the No, it's not, is it? I'm just trying to. I was just no, it's the Pontifex 200 mace that I was thinking of. Is that him? Can't remember. Anyway, looks like there's 2 major mechanics. Is in this one is that you want to get through it and defeat the boss. But it looks like you're collecting soul embers, this destructive resource known as soul embers, along the way. And what I would anticipate is this is associated with killing enemies along the path to try and get those soul embers. So perhaps it's like, as you go through the dungeon, you kill stuff, you get soul embers. At the end, we get the whatever you spend your soul embers on. And so the more you kill, the more you can possibly think about buying for that particular dungeon run. Then as soon as you leave the dungeon, all your soul embers are lost. It's like a temporary resource that you could use to try and get some good exalted items or something like that along the way. Who knows? Just bring that back in there. So the Soul Gambler is kind of what I was thinking there. You can see up the top there, the Soul Gambler, underneath the dungeon. So those soul embers could be used to trade with the Soul Gambler, and he could sell an assortment of good items. Maybe you don't know what they are, but there's a high likelihood that they'll be exalted or unique, like a good unique or something like that. Who knows? All right, Headless Rework. They look cool. We need to see what they are. It's good that they're reworking it, because really we only have 1.5 catalysts. We've got the Unread Scroll, of which you need a 6% base crit, and then there are a few builds that would want to run a Bloodrust Aegis. I think it's a little bit slept on, but it's not, super amazing. So cool that we're getting some more options. We'll see what we land on. More unique models, always good. Want to look cool. This will be the Boulder's Wrath, so no longer will we be walking around with our big bonk stick. We will have a cool Boulder's Wrath by the looks of it. Update to Wraiths, which is cool, so no longer will they be the spooky scarecrow black loincloth. I don't know what to describe them, but they don't look cool at the moment, so hopefully they look cool after the patch. It looks like a rogue set here. I like the colors. I think it's good to have some very iconic sets. Like, I think it's very easy to make a rogue look cool. It's hard to make it differentiated from the rogue archetype of many other games. So I like the hat and the feather. I like the torso piece here, how it drapes over only one side. Yeah, it looks cool. Like hiding this side, so you'd have like a blade under there, or the likes. All right, Arena Champions. This is probably the one I was most keen for. At a few weeks into patch 084, some of the community moderators and dev team reached out to many of the content creators, just through informal means, and said, if you were to make changes to the arena, what kind of changes would you be after? What kind of feedback do you have for us? And that did gain a little bit of attention. I did a show with Perry alongside Mao, and then Perry also did one with Blizzard, I think the week after, about changes to the arena and what we would like to see. And, my personal thing that, the flag I was flying was, I want to see arena become more of a staged sprint, where you start off versing just like hordes of very small enemies, and then you start getting some tough enemies coming in, and then it culminates in a specific boss fight, or whatever that happens to be, right? And after that, then it will reset the tile, and you go to a different place. And that tile set is always associated with that boss set, so you kind of know who it is, as well as the enemies coming out of it there. So I'm not going to read through all that, but basically it looks like, as I understand it, we will keep our existing arena system. This will be added in, and it will allow the old arena system to be phased out. So this will be introduced in the meantime. Who knows? We'll find out on patch day whether they're getting rid of the old arena and this is the new arena, or if we have both, or what's going on, right? This is definitely something I'll be breaking down. I want to see some good involvement for arena once we go into multiplayer, maybe even before. We'll see what we can do, but yeah, this looks promising. I like what we see here. The next dungeon, the Lightless Arbor. Now we this is a bit of an odd one. You can see this character running around here, right? And it looks like he's just got like a light source that is associated with the thing above his head. So we don't really know what this is, but we know that we're heading towards the Vault of Uncertain Fate, and that the mountain beneath, which has been capitalized, is probably the boss. And that sounds like we are versing a mountain. So bring your pickaxes. We'll see what we can do here. Very spooky. I imagine a necrotic theme to this. there there is some kind of references here and there. One of the creatures, a massive construct made of plant and stone, has awoken. So if you know what that is, then that's kind of exciting. His lumbering beneath the last refuge threatens to cave in. That would bury humanity's last light. Venture deep, walk the paths where no sunlight is shed. So it looks like you're just walking around here, and you will want to go explore with your light, and stuff will only be revealed when it's in your light, and probably not revealed when it's out there. So it kind of gives that cave dweller vibe. So that's pretty cool, right? Lastly, we'll have our patch notes on the 17th, so I'll be waiting for this to come out. Then I can do a patch note analysis, see what builds are going to be absolutely gutted, what ones are fine, what could emerge. So good chance to do like a very long, detailed video for those interested. Then I might even stream it, who knows. But yeah, I think that'll be the cool one. And then finally on March 18th, we will have the patch day. So cool. That is everything. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you're keen on, what you want to see. I'm pretty hyped on this patch. I think 084 was a really good patch. I am glad I took a little bit of a break at the end, because there's just a lot you can do in Last Epoch now, and they just keep adding to it and adding to it and adding to it. There's a lot you can do in terms of player progression. So having mechanisms such as the Arena Champion to take all that player progression and put your character in the ring and see how they're actually faring, I think that's what I'm most excited for. Anyway, thanks. I think that's going to be all for today. Best of luck, and I'll see you guys next time.